Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. My name is Jane and today I will be showing you my Goth shoe collection. Because I own a lot of different pairs of shoes and I thought you guys might be interested in it. I actually had some people ask me to show off all of my shoes and I'll just be showing you all the shoes that I own. I'll be telling you how much I wear them, if they're comfortable and where I got them. So if you want to find any of these shoes for yourself, I will put links to them in the description below if I can find them, and I will show you the brand of the shoe. So I'm gonna show you like 10 plus pairs of shoes. And firstly I want to tell you that I didn't really actually pay for all of these because, as you might know, Goth shoes are pretty expensive and it's not like I just went on like a shopping spree and I decided to buy all these shoes. I collected these throughout many years. A lot of them were gifts, or I got them for my parents, or I got them for sale, so most of these I didn't actually pay for. So as I said, I own like 10 plus pairs of shoes and I don't actually wear all of them. Some are really old, some are new, some are just too uncomfortable to wear. So let's start with the shoes that I wear almost every day. This is like my kind of standard shoe that I always wear. Wherever I go, if I go to school or if I go on vacation or anywhere, I always wear these, and it's these big platform boots. As you can see, like the bottom is pretty thick, so they're pretty like chunky shoes. They have these kind of belts. There was actually a chain that was connected like from one side to the other, but I took it off because I was afraid that I was gonna get stuck when that chain was on my shoe, that my shoe was gonna get stuck on things. So I took it off, but I will try to find a picture of how it looks with the chain on it. But what I really love about this shoe is that it actually closes with a zipper, because I hate when I have to tie my shoes with these things because that just takes a lot of time, and I love just being able to put it on with just a zipper. But yeah, despite what you might think, since they're pretty chunky and pretty big, they are actually really comfortable. Like, I can walk for hours on these, and I have done that. When I went on vacation to Disneyland, I actually wore these every day, so I walked for many hours just on these boots and my feet didn't hurt and I was actually pretty comfortable. My feet do get pretty hot when walking in these, but that's kind of logical since they're like big boots, so walking on these can kind of feel a little bit hot, especially in the summer. And they're also pretty good material because I bought these like maybe a year ago, but they're actually still completely good, because some platform shoes that I own just kind of like break after a while. Like this just kind of breaks off, but that actually hasn't happened at all with these shoes, because there's like a little layer on the bottom, as you can see, that prevents this from like breaking off. And if you're wondering where I got these on Goth BB, which is like a website. So if you want to find these, I'll put a link to it in the description below. They actually have these shoes on multiple websites where there's like more Goth shoes and like more alternative shoes, but I got these from that website. So, by the way, I'm sorry if there's some background noise. Someone's like working outside with like machines and stuff, so it might make a lot of noise. I hope you just can't hear it in the recording, but just in case, I'm sorry. Well, on to the next pair of shoes that I wear a lot. It's these shoes. They're probably like the cutest shoes I've ever seen. So it's kind of like, how do you call those kind of shoes? Isn't it like Mary Jane or something? Like, they're kind of like those open shoes with like little belts over here and one that goes around your ankle, but it's like with a platform on the bottom. I actually got these for my birthday from my boyfriend, so shout out to him. But yeah, they're definitely one of my favorite pairs of shoes because they're just super cute, and they're also just perfect for the summer because I love wearing chunky shoes, but in the summer that's often kind of too hot on your feet. But these ones are open, so they're like perfect to wear in the summer. And I also like putting cute socks on when I'm wearing these. Like, I put on fishnets and I put on cute little socks with ribbons on it when I'm wearing these shoes. So they're so fun to combine with things, and they're also just perfect for like a cute outfit, which is still kind of goth. I just love that. I love like cutesy, spooky outfits. By the way, there is kind of like a spider web on it because spiders just kind of invade any shoes that I don't wear for like a few weeks. So I did have to clean out a family of spiders out of these before making this video. Don't worry, I didn't kill them. I brought them somewhere safe. I'm not a spider killer. But yeah, that's probably why there's some dust and some spider webs on it, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, these shoes are pretty comfortable. I did kind of have to get used to them for a while because I'm used to wearing chunky shoes and platform shoes, but these ones just kind of felt different because of the way it's like on your foot. So I did get a lot of blisters when I was wearing this for like the first few days or weeks. But once I got used to these, they're actually pretty comfortable to walk on. Also, I didn't buy these, but my boyfriend found them online on a website that's called something like Moy Rebel, which is a website that doesn't exist anymore. So I will try to find a link to it and put it in the description and put it up on the screen. So the next pair of shoes that I'm gonna show you is kind of what you would expect from a goth when they're saying they're going to show you their shoes. If you think about like the typical goth or alternative or emo shoes, this is probably the one you're imagining, because the next thing I'm going to show you is my Demonias, like the typical Demonias, the big ones with the belts. I'll show you them now. Obviously I got 2 of them, but they're kind of heavy, so I'm just going to show you one. But yeah, a lot of you probably recognize this if you're into alternative things. You've probably had these shoes or one of these shoes at some point in your life. I know some people say that it isn't really goth, but it's more emo. I don't really care. I just love these and I think they're just so cool. I actually bought these a few years back and I had been wanting these for a really long time because I always saw like these alternative people walking around in these and I always thought that it was just so cool and I needed to have those. So I saved up for a really long time and then I finally got these and I was just so happy with these because I always wanted to have these. As you can see, there's all these like belts with plates on it on the front. They're like silver. It has a really big platform on the bottom, like really big and also really heavy. And on the back there's a zipper with which you can close it because you don't have to like take off all these belts before putting it on. There's a zipper on the back. So yeah, I wanted these for a long time. Do I actually wear them a lot? No, let me tell you why. It is definitely not because I don't want to, because I think they're super pretty. I think they're cool. I wish I could wear them every day, but they're really uncomfortable. And I wish they weren't because I wish I could wear them a lot more. But when I got those and I put those on, I was already like, how am I gonna walk on this for longer than like an hour? I've had these for multiple years and I think I've worn them like just a couple of times to like events. And there's multiple reasons why they're really uncomfortable. Firstly, they are just really heavy. And some people might think it's not heavy. For me, those shoes are just really heavy. Like, they're fine if you just want to walk around them for a while or when you're going somewhere for a little while or you're going somewhere where you can sit a lot. But if I go to school, for example, I have to bike for a few minutes, I have to walk on a lot of stairs, I have to walk pretty long distances and bike pretty long distances. And these are just too heavy for that, especially on stairs, because those like blocks on your feet are just so heavy. It's like you're constantly dragging a few kilograms with your feet when you're walking with these, and that can just be super exhausting. And it's not only exhausting and annoying, because I did trip a lot of times when walking in these because they're kind of heavy and they're kind of like awkward to walk with. So when I was wearing these, I've tripped a lot of times, which might just be because I'm clumsy, because I do trip a lot even when I'm not wearing crazy shoes. But I find these ones kind of difficult to walk with. As a person who does walk a lot on big shoes and platform shoes, these ones are just the most difficult I've ever had to walk on. And not only that, but I also just wouldn't ever wear these in the summer or in the spring because they're just really big, they're chunky, they're really thick, like the material is really thick and they're heavy. So you will like sweat in those so much. Like, it's almost like you have 2 radiators on your feet when walking around in these, because your feet will get really hot, your legs will get really hot, and they just become so uncomfortable in the summer in hot weather. So that is kind of why I don't really like wearing these, even though they're super pretty and I do like taking pictures with them, and sometimes I take them to events where I want to look really goth. But I still kind of love the idea of having just those typical Demonia, so I'm really like happy with them still, even if I don't wear them a lot. I just love kind of having those, if you get what I mean. I just love knowing that I own a pair of those. If you want to find these, you can just literally look up Demonia. I forgot what these shoes are called. I thought it was like something like Damned or something, but I will put it up on the screen if you want to find these exact ones, so you can find them for yourself if you do want to have these. But as I said, they're kind of uncomfortable to me, but that doesn't have to be the case for everyone, because I know there's a lot of people who actually do like wearing those and who don't really mind the fact that they're kind of heavy and that they're kind of big. Now I'm gonna show you my favorite pair of all of the pairs that I own. And despite it being my favorite pair, I don't wear them a lot. And as soon as you see them, you can probably understand why. Because this is my favorite pair of shoes. You probably expected to see these because I will probably put this on the thumbnail because I think they're just the most pretty shoes I've ever seen. But if you look well enough, you see that they look really new. Even though I've had these for over a year now. Firstly, let me just tell you everything about the shoe itself. I got these on Goth BB2. I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, I bought these online. And when I saw them, I was like, those are the most perfect and the most pretty goth shoes that I've ever seen in my entire life. So I bought them. But yeah, when I saw these, I was like, wow, they're just kind of perfect. They're like platform shoes, but also like high heels. And there's like these rings or belts kind of things on it. So my opinion on these shoes is that they are very pretty. They're my favorite pair that I own. I would never want to like sell these or throw these away, but I don't wear them a lot. And you can probably imagine why if you see the heel. Wait, let me measure how long this part is. So I just measured this, and just this part, just the heel, is 14 centimeters. I will put it in inches and centimeters on the screen. But this is 14 centimeters, which is very, very high. And I can walk on high heels, like I can walk on them comfortably. And I can walk on platform shoes, but I cannot walk on these at all. Like, especially, I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but if you live in a city, the streets are often like kind of wonky, like where there's like a tile loose or when there's tiles like in random directions. So when I walk on these on the street, I just kind of trip a lot. Like, I cannot walk on these without holding someone's hand to keep me steady. So I do wear these, but I mostly wear them to like dates. I've worn these for Valentine's, I've worn these for Christmas, I think. But I always kind of make sure that I wear these when there is someone with me that I can kind of hold on to, because I just cannot walk on these on my own. Like, maybe I just kind of need to practice more on these so I can walk more comfortably on them. But especially when the street is really wonky, I just don't know how people walk on these shoes. Like, the heel isn't even that small and the shoe isn't unsteady at all, but I am just unsteady when walking on these. So I wish I could wear these more often, but I just cannot walk on them. So they are my favorite pair, but they are also kind of the pair that I wear the least. That is such an un-goth confession, by the way, not being able to walk on goth shoes. That's kind of funny. Anyway, on to the next pair of shoes, which is also a pair that I don't wear a lot. But yeah, I also got these ones. Really chunky boots as well, but I only bought these because they were 20 euros in a store that I went to. They're from Stradivarius, and you can also see that they're really clean because I've never actually wore these, to be honest. I got them because they were cheap and I thought they were pretty cool, like pretty chunky. I don't know, to be honest, I've tried to wear these a lot of times, but they are just kind of uncomfortable and I don't like walking on these because, as you can see, this kind of goes like, what do you call it, diagonal, and the same is for the side. It kind of goes like outwards on the bottom, and when I'm wearing these I just keep like accidentally hitting things with these shoes because I forget that they kind of go like outwards. Like, normally when you're wearing shoes, you know how big your foot is, so you know where you can place it. But with these, your foot is kind of way bigger, like in width and in length, than it usually is. So walking on stairs is impossible because I just keep hitting my toes or keep hitting my heel. And I just kind of forget how to put my foot on the ground when I'm wearing these, because I have worn these inside just to test them and stuff. But I just don't think they're really comfortable. So maybe I should sell these because, to be honest, I do love them, but I don't think I'm ever gonna wear them because they're just so unhandy to walk with. And again, that's probably just me because I just don't know how to walk on certain shoes. Like, I'm just a really clumsy person. I trip a lot. I don't know how to walk on certain shoes. That's probably just a me problem. But I'm pretty sure these are kind of like the style of, I don't actually know how you call that style, but it's with all these things. Like, you know what I mean? Like those really big pants where you have all of these kind of clips. I actually forgot how you call that style, but they would fit someone who likes that style pretty good. So the next pair of shoes is actually something that doesn't really fit my style anymore at all. And they're these ones. Basically, it's just like a normal sneaker, but kind of high on the ankle. And on the front there's like some kind of rose or some kind of flower. And yeah, as you can see, they're kind of worn because I did wear these a lot when I was younger. I do think they're actually pretty, but I'm not really into gold anymore. Like, that kind of isn't my thing anymore. So I don't really wear these. I also don't like the fact that they're flat because, as you've seen on all my previous shoes, I love big platform shoes, and these ones are kind of too flat for my liking. There's like kind of a heel on the inside. I don't know if you can see it, but the heel kind of ends like here. So it's kind of like high heel kind of, but inside of the shoe. Anyway, I don't have much to say about these shoes. They're really comfortable. I've worn these a lot when I was younger, and I got them from Guess, which is like a brand. I didn't buy these, my mom bought these for me. So the next pair is actually a pair of heels that I can actually walk on, and it's these ones. So yeah, they're basically just high heels, but with like a belt on it and all these whatever, these little things. I do really like when shoes have this on it. It just kind of makes it look so badass. Like, I just love when shoes have this. But yeah, these are kind of the shoes that I wear when I want to be kind of fancy, because most of my shoes aren't really like fancy at all. But I kind of wear these when I go to like an interview or when I go to important meetings or whatever. I just love wearing these because they're kind of like high heels, but still in my style with like all these things on it, you know? And they're pretty comfortable. I can actually walk on these pretty well, so... if you're wondering where I got these, it was just in a normal shoe shop in like the mall. And they're from the brand Nada. I'll put it up on the screen. Okay, no worries, we only have 2 more pairs to go. And these shoes are actually both flat shoes. So first we have this one. It like has a small little platform. It's like 2 centimeters or something. And to be honest, I actually bought these for work in the hospital because I used to work in kind of like a nurse unit before I started working in the morgue. So I bought these because I thought I needed like more comfortable shoes because, well, as you know, nurses run and walk a lot. So I needed kind of more comfortable shoes for work. So I thought these would be really comfortable, but they are actually not all that comfortable. So I wore these to work for like a few weeks and then I kind of stopped wearing these to work because they are pretty, they are comfortable, but they are not comfortable enough to wear for 8 hours when you're at work. Especially if you're standing and walking and running a lot. But yeah, there's not much to say about these. These actually don't have a zipper to open it, which is so annoying because you have to like untie all these things just to put these on, and it takes a long time. And especially when you're going to work, it is so annoying to have to like undo them every time that you get home or that you go to work because it just takes a really long time. That's probably just something that only I have a problem with. Maybe I'm just too lazy or whatever, or I'm just always late to work. But I just don't like that. I wish there was just a zipper here so I can put them on more easily. But yeah, what I really like about this shoe is that on the back it has this little like thingy. And it says Armani Exchange because that is the brand of the shoe. So it's Armani Exchange if you want to find these shoes too. And now my last pair of shoes is actually the pair of shoes that I wear the most besides this one. These ones are the ones that I wear the most. And you can probably see that by the way that they look because they're actually so broken. Like, I'm pretty sure there's actually holes in these. Like, wait. Like, yeah, there's actually a hole in there. But basically, when I decided to not wear these other shoes for work anymore, these are now the ones that I wear to work every day. So that's why they're like so dead. I just wear these a lot and I've been wearing these for many years probably. So these ones are actually flat, like there's a little heel but it doesn't really go all that high. So it's kind of like the most normal shoe that I actually have, that I actually wear. There's again one of these belts on it because I just love those. Like almost all of my shoes have kind of this kind of belt on it. I just love that. Basically, I don't really like the look of these because they're just kind of too normal for my liking, but they are the most comfortable pair that I own, like besides all those really high shoes or the ones with high heels or the ones with platforms. But if you want to try and find these, I don't know if they're actually still in the store because I did buy these a long time ago. But they are from Cotton Club, as it's called. By the way, I don't think anyone needs like a try on for these shoes, do they? Because like you can probably imagine how these shoes would look on like feet or on legs. I just kind of don't feel like adding that to my video because I think it will kind of drag the video out and you can kind of like imagine what it would look like on your foot, I think, because it's just shoes. But anyway, yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, please comment below which pair of these shoes was your favorite and which ones you would like to own. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment on my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!